Okay, so here we are again in another video, and today, like always, we're gonna start with DX fucking Y, and yeah, today it's Saturday, so let's start. Let me. Oh, okay. Okay, so we're gonna start with DXY. Yesterday was I don't remember what happened yesterday really. Because I'm having a little bit of crazy days right now. But yeah, let's see what happened. Okay, so on DXY we had, of course, previous daily high, previous daily low. We even had this revenue liquidity on H1 here that created this movement, and then here we had this revenue liquidity on H1 because of this break of structure, and we even had this previous weekly low that, well, it was pretty far from our targets, but it's okay. So on DXY, we had this reaction here on the revenue liquidity H1 to take the other one that I forgot to put here. This revenue liquidity H1. And well, so after seeing this, I could have looked for buys on USDs and sells on Euro and GBP. But I didn't really focus on the XY yesterday. I don't even remember what happened yesterday. So yeah, a little bit crazy. Okay, yeah, I'm having busy days, but it's okay. This is life. So we're gonna start with Euro USD. In this case, yes, I was more focused today. So let's start. I just did all these drawings to find if there was some revenue liquidity that I forgot. But in this case, this was just the reason why we started going up. So we took this previous weekly low, and the reason is, well, uh, yeah, we started going up because of that. Okay, so yeah. So let's see. We took this round liquidity in H1 to the left because it broke this structure here. So in this case, we had previous daily high, H1 BOS. With this H1 BOS, we created this round liquidity in H1. With this one, we created this round liquidity in H1. And well, of course, round liquidity in H1 here and previous daily high. And in this case, we had previous daily low here and round liquidity in H1 because it was the one that broke this round liquidity in H1. Okay. I explained it like if it was simple, but I don't know if it's too simple or if it's more difficult than I think. So if you have any questions, you can ask me in the comments or whatever. Okay, I don't usually say these things, but I know that I explained it like it was something normal for everyone, and maybe because I practice it a lot, I see it as normal, but it is not. Okay. So the day started like this, going to the upside and in this round within H1. We had this breakout structure here. I was just waiting for this round liquidity in 5 to be taken. It never took that. And then it continued going down. And on New York, we had this crazy price action here. Breakout structure here. I was at work, so I looked at it more or less. Then after breaking this structure here, we took this round liquidity on M1. And it would have been a good trade, but the thing here is that we didn't confirm with my pattern. My pattern is maximum like 2 engulfing candles, and here we have 3, so not tradable. And then I'm not gonna trade this because we took this round liquidity on M5 here to the left, so no trades for me on EU. And then, well, it took this round liquidity on M5, round liquidity on H1, and previous daily high. Okay, I don't know where here. Okay, so GBP USD. I think there's not a lot to say about it. So, well, we had round liquidity in H1 here, but it was pretty far, okay. And then we had this round liquidity in H1 here that we took from this break of structure. That I see now that this is not a break obstructor, it's here. So I misclicked probably. And so breaking this Raman liquidity on H1, it means that here we have previous daily low and Raman liquidity on H1, and this is an H1 BOS, which makes this the Raman liquidity on H1. Okay, so it was pretty crazy because we took all this liquidity here, breaking structure to the downside, but it went too far, and here I'm not looking for a trade because there's nothing to the left for me. So here I'm not looking for a trade. Okay, just like that. There's nothing else to to say in this case. Had this break of structure here, but yeah, I don't usually trade that. I need Raman liquidity to be taken to trade something. Okay. Then USD JPY. I'm erasing or eliminating the arms. Okay, so in this case we had this Raman liquidity in H1 that comes from this break of structure here, and we took that, but that created like this Raman liquidity in H1, previous daily high, and H1 BOS, it was up here. Okay, so for me it was relevant to note it because after that we created Raman liquidity on H1 down here. In this case we had previous daily low and previous weekly low, but it never took that, so at some point it will take it, but not sure at all. Okay, so yeah, it broke a structure on H1, it took the Raman liquidity in H1. I wanted to look for sales, but not after taking this high again. Not before taking this high again, and not taking this previous daily high. Maybe I don't care about the previous daily high, or don't really care, but I care about this week and this week close here. And well, I just waited for the trade. It broke a structure here, taking some Raman liquidity on M5, but it continued to the downside. Okay, so nothing for me. USD this was the one that I liked the most because we had this previous weekly low here. Break of structure here, so this was previous daily low plus Raman liquidity in H1, and we had multiple reactions, meaning that here we had liquidity. Okay, and then we had previous daily high here and Raman liquidity in H1, that it was the one that took this Raman liquidity in H1 that took the previous daily high. Okay, so in this case we could have looked for some trades, like for example here, break of structure to the downside, never came to mitigate or whatever. I didn't even like this week, so yeah, it just went down, and yeah, I had no opportunity to trade, so I wanted to look for buys here. I never had the opportunity because it broke the structure and it went up. Then it went here, it took this Raman liquidity and H1, broke a structure and it went down. And then in this case, it took the previous daily low and Raman liquidity in H1, and the break of structure, as you can see, is this far. Okay, so no trades for me on here too. But I like this chart. I really like this chart, and I think we could see some movement to the upside next week to take probably this high. Okay, not sure, but I feel it like that. And to finish this day, we had this previous weekly low here. This was the Raman liquidity in H1 and previous daily high, and it created a lot of liquidity here, a lot of liquidity. So at some point we're gonna take that, and then in here we took the previous daily low. Here we had a good buy, I think, but something happened. Okay, yeah, it was out of time. Okay, so we had, I'm gonna show it right now. We had this break of structure on M5, and on M1 it broke a structure, it mitigated, engulfing candle, and well, it went to the upside. Perfect trade, but out of timing. And then here we had H1 BOS, and probably not only BOS, Raman liquidity on H1 too. Well, I'm gonna put Raman liquidity on H1. Reaction here because there's liquidity, and then it took that with strength, but taking nothing to the left for me relevant at all. Maybe like yeah, nothing for me. And then it went down again, taking this relevant liquidity on M5 here and ranging here. Okay, so this looks this could be bullish too next week, but we will see. Okay, so this was my day. I hope you like it, and well, see you tomorrow. Bye bye.